Hey everyone, this is Wes from the Console Gaming Crew, and we couldn't be happier to announce that we are now part of the Boss Rush Podcast Network and are featured on BossRushGames.com. BossRushGames.com is a great place where you can find up-to-date news articles, blogs, and podcasts about video games. In addition to that, there is a growing collection of podcasts in not just the gaming community, but other communities as well. We are honored to be a part of such a great network of podcasters, so please stop by and give everyone a listen. Thank you, and enjoy the show. Yo, crew members, what it be?
Heyo! Let's fucking get this thing going, dog. I'm excited.
Look, man, I'm excited that I don't gotta just fucking talk to myself like I did last week.
What do you mean talk to yourself like you did last week?
See, this is the problem with you. If you're not on it, you don't listen.
That's true. That's true. I'm very selfish in that way.
Yeah.
I really only show up to hear my own voice and my own wisdom. Kind of fuck the rest of you guys.
Yeah,
but
I figured as much. Nah,
no, that's not true. That's actually not true. I just happened to not
you
listen to last week.
you had to help out because your wife was feeling under the weather.
Yeah.
So, and Anthony's computer's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, right now it's kind of MIA with him. So I had to run the free and new by myself.
Oh, dang. But you like to talk though, right? So,
I like to talk and all, but look, bro, at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that shit happened at look, it was only like a 13-minute episode, so it fucking worked, you know what I mean?
This episode here, it's like we're giving ourselves a little treat. We're normally very regimented, and we have episodes
courtesy of you normally
pre-planned and picked out, and this one we're just like, let's just talk about the shit we love to talk about, whatever's relevant in the gaming world. And there are some things, no structure. We're just gonna shoot the shit.
Let's do it.
Let's shoot that shit. Find the shit, shoot it. You want to start with big guns right away?
Yeah, I think we should, actually. So the big thing that happened in Twitch, yes, a lot of gaming podcasts have talked about at least over this week. You know what I mean? We're a little late on breaking it out, but what can I say, man? We only do this on Saturdays. Yeah. So
we get to it when we get to it.
Exactly. Sony has bought Bungie, and the wild thing about it is that they bought them for 3.6 billion
bills. Yeah. 3.6 bills. Not quite the $70 billion deal or whatever the hell it was when
or the
Microsoft or the
$7 billion deal.
Yeah,
for Jesus Christ, everybody's getting bought up. Now I can't remember who's.
It was Bethesda. It was the $7 billion was for Bethesda.
Yes, and then it was 70 for Activision.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Sony said, "I see your Bethesda. I see your Activision."
Now it's funny because they went ahead and said before that, like Sony said, this has nothing to do with the Activision acquisition from Microsoft. They said this is probably like 6 to 8 months of preparation before actually making this announcement. For getting this deal. And just to dial back real quick with the Activision, that one is currently being looked at federally by essentially the Fair Games Commission.
This is kind of alluding to what Anthony was talking about, right?
Yeah, because
making sure that they can legally actually do this.
Yes, making sure they can legally actually acquire and not make themselves a monopoly or have a significant advantage over their competitors, I believe is how the wording is supposed to be. But a lot of people know Bungie from two things. So they know Bungie obviously from the earlier Halo games, which I believe it was 1, 2, and 3. That was Bungie
before they switched over to 343.
343, yeah.
Yeah, and also and then more recently, obviously Destiny and
yes, Destiny 2.
But
everything coming off Destiny 2 with the last 3 years of DLCs. You know what I mean, that we've gotten from all that shit. So, it's just one of those things to where, we talked about this a few weeks ago. I said something about Sony buying up these smaller companies to boost or bolster their VR, right?
Yeah.
Because that's something that they have been very much looking into, because right now it's them and Meta when it comes down to the VR market. It's essentially, I mean, because it's PlayStation, their VR, it's HTC, and then it's Oculus.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, those are the only three, I believe, really.
Yeah, and Oculus is Facebook, right?
Yeah, Meta.
Yeah, that's dude. I mean, dude, we're heading towards the metaverse for real, for real.
Yeah, this is, and like that's one of the weird things. Like, I'm excited for the thought, but I'm scared for the thought. You know what I'm saying? Oh, some like Ready Player One type shit.
Well, it's funny because I was about to say we're getting to the point that we talked about years and years and years ago. We're getting there now.
Yeah,
And we
but
thought
it's
it was cool as shit back in the day, and now we're adults and now we're worried about it
well,
because we hit 30 and we're scared to change.
well, no, man, I'm not scared of change. You know what I mean? Dude, if I was scared of change, I never would buy the new systems. But you know what I mean? It's more along the lines of what do we lose with gaining this particular, you know what I mean, thing, this ability,
Yeah, you always
you know
have
what I'm
to. You
saying?
always, yeah, you always have to trade in something. Because look, I mean, look at the. This is going to sound shitty, especially because I use it just as much as everybody else. But like, look how much humanity was lost when smartphones came out. Now there's
Yes.
a smartphone out at every dinner table, so we lost out on conversation. We lost out on just like
Yeah, just the
you know,
evolutions in just standard electronic technology alone. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's I
Remember
mean
when you used
it's
to remember when you used to go to a concert and just sit there beginning to end and enjoy that motherfucker? What do you
the
see
most
now?
you would see is a lighter.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I mean?
what do you see now? Everyone
Lighters up.
everyone
Everybody's
watching
got
the
their
shit through their
phones.
phones. Like
Yeah,
you can't just go and watch on YouTube the next day if that's what you want to do.
dude, yo, that shit drives me nuts because like I've been to shows over the last few years and I don't pull my phone out for it. You know what
Bro,
I'm saying?
when
I
you
pull
and
my phone
I
out for like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Get a little bit of something, and then I'm like, all right, cool.
this
I don't worry about shit else.
this is a tough subject for me now given recent news, but it's like when you and I went to the Rihanna concert, bro, you and I we took a picture as soon as we got there to show holy shit, this is how close
We're
we are.
here,
And
yeah.
then we just enjoyed the show. Like we enjoyed the show. I think I
It
caught
wouldn't be
one
like
close
that
up
now.
shimmy. I think I caught one
Yeah,
close up shimmy, and
but I'm
that
saying
was
though, it wouldn't be like that now.
yeah. All right, let's get to another topic before I start crying. So go ahead.
Well, no. So, when it comes down to this deal with Bungie being acquired, one of the weirder things about it is their quote unquote shared vision, especially when it comes to Destiny. So, the way they look at it, and this is coming from Bungie themselves, you know what I mean, talking about everything with the acquisition. They
Mhm.
say one community multi-platform. Destiny 2 will stay on all current platforms and expand to new platforms. So old gen, current gen, new gen, it's still going to run with it. And that's for all platforms: PC, Xbox, PlayStation. Another thing is self-published, creatively independent. Bungie maintains full creative control and publishing independence of the Destiny universe. So anything they consider Destiny canon is still going to be under the what we normally deal with when it comes down to Bungie with Destiny and the games.
Yes.
And then the third one is same game everywhere. Every player should have an amazing Destiny experience no matter where you choose to play. So all they're basically saying is that it's staying multi-platform, which is, look, man, that's fine. I'm not arguing with that.
Excuse me.
So when um when when Microsoft bought Activision, Blizzard, you know what I mean? They bought Diablo, they bought, you know what I mean? They
Yes.
bought all those fucking everybody in there.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? And with that, they are turning normal games, what we consider multi-platform games, into console exclusives. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Phil Spencer's already said it. You know, what I mean, this isn't nothing new. Then, well, even before then, when they bought Bethesda, we already started seeing some of that, with some
Mhm.
of that stuff only being for Xbox,
Xbox.
or it has a it has a strict exclusivity to where
Like Deathloop
it's
had.
yes, exactly, like Deathloop. So it's just one. I don't see that with this deal. So I'm curious about the acquisition.
Like the why?
Pretty much.
Um
And I know I said a whole bunch to go ahead and get to that little point, but still.
Well, either way, it still makes you more money because Bungie's yours now. So no matter who buys a Bungie game, whether it's for Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo, the money's still going to Sony.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's that. I would imagine down the line they can always change their mind and keep them all as console exclusives if they want to.
So
I don't know that it was a smart move to come out and say that all this, honey dicking about it being, on every platform just to take that back. But
now Sony Interactive has said when they have been asked if, because of Bungie and their future games in development, their non-Destiny IPs, will they become PlayStation exclusives? And they straight up said no. They said, we want the world we are creating to extend anywhere people play games. We continue to be self-published, creatively independent, and continue to drive one unified Bungie community. So in other words, while Bungie is indeed working on a new non-Destiny IP, it probably won't be an exclusive. I find that interesting because that's not as cutthroat as they normally are. Like, PlayStation is very cutthroat when it comes Sony's cutthroat when it comes down to their technology.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The haptic,
oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The triggers, the adaptive stuff, all of that. And I mean, just like other things within the like PS5.
It's so crazy that as much money as Microsoft has, you look at them and just you almost see them as a company that like, and I guess do your thing. I mean, teach their own, but it's like they can't get enough money because you look at things like this. So they're doing the same type of deals, but Microsoft's like, no, we're keeping all this, whereas Sony's like, no, you can all still enjoy it. And then look at the stuff to buy. Like if you want to buy an external hard drive or something for the Xbox, you can't buy third-party stuff. Won't work with it. You got to buy the actual like Microsoft shit. Whereas Sony, you
which
can
is
buy
like
whatever
$250.
third-party shit. Yeah, you can buy whatever third-party shit you want for the PlayStation. They're like, whatever, get what works for you.
Yeah, so it's but like with what you said about how Microsoft can basically, they can do whatever the hell they want. It still seems like they're still in the hole at the end of the day with this. Because, even spending the money they spent on Activision, even spending the money they spent on Bethesda and, Zenith and all of that, it still seems like they're behind, mainly because nobody looks at these deals as Microsoft, bettering themselves. They're looking at it more as Microsoft turning essentially into
Microsoft trying to gain the upper hand by
buying
bringing on
it out.
already established,
Yeah. So the best way to explain it is if you follow NFL, if you follow American football, the Washington now Commanders, I believe they are.
Commanders.
Yeah, it used to be the Washington Redskins, temporarily the Washington football team. So their owner is notoriously known for just buying players at an exorbitant amount of money, and it never works out. And what the fuck's his name? Jerry Jones is another one. Does the same thing.
God, that dude would write any amount on a blank check for a Super Bowl.
Yes. So, but it's one of those things that people look at, to where it's like, you bought your way into the dance. And Microsoft's kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, they're
because the exclusive IPs are homegrown from Sony Interactive. You know what I mean? Like Naughty Dog, everything. Dude, it's all come from developers that they've had for decades.
Yeah, it's not like Naughty Dog was already just established and now they're on their own for 30 years, and then Sony's like, we need some more heat. Let's get them.
Yeah.
which is what Sony's doing. He waited until Bethesda blew up, took them. Activision Blizzard, that was just a perfect time for anyone to swoop in and offer for that company. But
yeah, dude, they would have sold pennies on the dollar at that point.
They would have sold to whoever the fuck. It could have been Nintendo. It could have been whoever the hell wanted to buy them. I'm sure they would have sold. So
now, speaking of Nintendo, I did see an article, and I'll pull it up on my phone because I believe I have it in my email of the one of the people that had, I mean, that are part of the higher ups with Nintendo. They said
Mhm.
that they will not join the game industry acquisition arms race. It's essentially, you know what I mean, the way they put it. So I got an article off of the videogameschronicle.com, and basically it talks about the president of Nintendo said that they will not be joining the arms race that is the game acquisitions. So Nintendo said flat out, our brand was built upon products crafted and dedicated by our employees, and having a large number of people who don't possess Nintendo DNA in our group would not be a plus to the company. You mean that's what they said via
Yeah.
Bloomberg. Now, they've already made these comments before, you know what I mean, the same type of thing they said back in November. And I mean that's when the Bethesda acquisition was happening. And they said they will get organic growth in order to continue Nintendo's creative culture, but that he was not dismissing the possibility of acquiring other companies. But for the most part, essentially, we're like, yeah, they're just gonna keep going homegrown, which for them it's working beautifully.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
I
just
can.
over there chilling, being peaceful.
I mean, look, man,
Like,
dude, I can tell you that from you know, what I mean, the game that I've been playing for the last 3 fucking days. They are doing it beautifully.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're also lucky because, man, you want to talk about homegrown IPs. Jesus. Like,
Yeah, and like, yo,
under the
that's the
Nintendo umbrella, like,
well, and I think that's why Nintendo's they're essentially untouchable on all this because they are one of the goats. You know what I mean? They're one of the OGs.
the pioneer. Yeah.
Yes,
They're
and
pioneers. It's like you guys
once we
it's like,
we're almost there at consoles through history. And trust me, we're
yeah.
we're loading up for that episode. But yeah, dude, you it's one of those things that they because of how far they've gone, you know what I'm saying, with everything and all their IPs, they don't care. They don't care at all. Because they can easily put out another Mario, they can easily put out another Pokemon, they can easily put out another fucking cart game, you know what I mean? Like, dude, it does not matter. They will continue to go ahead and just be a juggernaut in the family category.
Yeah. So you
And
guys
dude,
go over
nobody
you,
can
you
touch it.
guys no, you guys go ahead and fight over your Activisions and Bethesdas and Bungies and
Spending
Biowares.
all of that money.
We'll just chill over here with, Game Freak, Pokemon, and Mario and Zelda and Donkey
Donkey
Kong,
Kong.
especially. We'll chill. We'll be okay.
And that's the thing, dude. Like,
You
yo,
know,
they
the way
they
they're
are
like,
fine.
the way, I mean, granted, it's also great for adults too, but Nintendo's just like, as long as everyone's still having kids, we gonna be just fine.
And dude, that's pretty much it. Because like, dude, not only are they, I mean, they've been around for. It's nostalgia. I have my kids playing and looking at us. I mean, my wife and I playing like Mario games, and it's like, yo, this is what we had to do, as opposed to what you try to do now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and I know you talked about making sure you raise your son right and making sure he knows what came before him. You know what I'm saying, with the gaming.
Yeah, dude, I figure it works beautifully, like in all avenues, because I'm just like, dude, it always cracked me up, like before I had my son and listening to other people with their kids, like, oh man, you just wait until Baby Shark and Cocamel and this and that, and I'm like, bro, your kid don't know nothing but what you expose him to, at least until they go to like daycare and school and stuff. But you have a solid amount of time where that don't have to be a thing. So I'm like, shit, I'm gonna start him on the movies that I used to watch when I was a kid that I like still watching now. So that way, it's not like I feel like I'm slogging along with some new age bullshit. He's gonna watch The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast and all that stuff. There's room for new stuff, of course.
Which is
But
what mainly we do
same
in the house, but it's still just
same
fun.
same thing with games, man. Like you're gonna I mean, I'm not gonna sit in front of Pong because I didn't do that, but you gonna play the Super Mario games like before the screen used to go back when, like, if you walk too far, that's it. That's where the screen ended. You can't go
Yeah,
back no more. Yep,
yeah,
that's what yup. Enjoy that, sir.
he
Before
said,
you get to dual
"Yup."
sticking it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my kid's just she is absolutely loving playing like Astro's Playroom and shit like that. Like that's
Yeah,
dude. Astro's
that
Playroom
was
is her
such a
number
great
one.
game. That
That
was
dude,
such
that
a
is
great
her
game,
number
dude.
one. She
It
loves
was,
zipping up into the monkey suit.
dude. Alex killed that. She did 95% of that game. I just
Yeah.
like played cleanup on a couple things, but yeah, she killed. It was so sick doing the like building basically like the PlayStation
Yeah. The
like
walls.
the walls, but like the PlayStation like playground where you play on all this
Oh
shit.
yeah, 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 yeah. All
Excuse me.
right.
I just
So,
burped.
during the
Disgusting.
briefing, that the Nintendo president said everything that he said when it comes down to not wanting to be a part. Good lord,
I'm dying.
Jesus,
I'm passing.
deuces. He also went ahead and said that they are willing to spend up to $880 million expanding their internal game development capability, and up to $440 million growing its non-game entertainment software assets. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically movies and stuff like that. So, I mean, they're willing to go ahead and put money out there, but they're looking for a much more immediate return on that investment.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
What's
Yes,
going on
yeah.
here, Shane?
I like your shirt, by the way.
Oh,
Man,
thank you, sir.
out here repping the what's your spaghetti policy shirt. I dig it.
They're my boys, man. I gotta rep my peoples. Gotta rep my peoples.
It's making me want pasta. It really is.
All right, so now to go ahead and just give everybody a little bit of a history. I mean, I'm still going to stick on this Sony deal because because basically I still don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me why they did it
The
the way they
only
did
way
it.
this would have made sense to you would be if Destiny and all of that was strictly on Sony. You
It
can't get
just
that on Microsoft and Nintendo. That's what would make sense.
it just
It's like,
seems like
why
it
did
would.
you buy this just to? Well, it has
Why
to
did you
just be
buy it
money
not to
then,
be
right?
cutthroat? Not to be cutthroat though, because like that's everything that's happening right now. Everything happening right now is all of these fucking muckety mucks are being just cutthroat with each other.
Or maybe that's why they did it. Maybe it's a power move. They're like, yeah, we'll buy this company. Y'all can still have the games though.
Which is something that I really wanted to happen with the Bethesda deal.
Maybe they're showing how it's done because Anthony kind of said the same thing. He was just like, I hope. Didn't he say something along the lines of hoping that like, Sony will just buy some companies, but like, yeah, we're not gonna like hold them hostage. You can still put your shit out wherever you want.
Yeah, and dude, like I said, I would have loved to have seen that. But just some other acquisitions that Sony has made in the last few years. Yeah, I mean they're bringing Insomniac games. You know what I mean in house in 2019. You mean you're basically wrapping all that up to saying like that is Sony 100%.
Insomniac is fantastic.
Oh, insanely. And then the Returnal devs from Housemarque, the people that make the Demon Souls remake, Blue Point Games. You have Fire Sprite, which is a studio that was founded by some former studio Liverpool leads, like and basically people that are sitting really, really high in the VR world, which is something we were talking about earlier. And like I said, that seems like it's more of where Sony wants to keep diving deeper into the gaming world. How immersive can we make this? That's what Sony wants to do. When
Yeah.
Microsoft essentially is saying, how much does it cost to own you? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And then Nintendo is just saying,
We're
games
good.
here for kids. Games here for kids.
Games here for kids and people who never
Nostalgic
actually
adults.
grew up. Yeah. Us, me,
Me.
you. Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely. But dude, Insomniac it's so crazy to me that they're one that like they don't get as much love as, people like Bethesda and Activision and stuff like that. And it's funny when people think about Insomniac games, especially nowadays, you immediately jump to, Spider-Man, Miles
Oh, yeah.
Morales, the new Ratchet and Clank. And I'm like, if one more person doesn't put some respect on Spyro's name, I'm gonna be super upset.
Yeah, Spyro is. I mean,
Who
Spyro's
didn't play
the fucking OG.
if you had a PlayStation, who didn't play Spyro?
No, you're right. You're
My
100%
God.
right.
That was back when like every single one of those type of games all looked the same. They just had a different a different like you had like it looked just like Banjo Kazooie, which looked just like Ratchet and Clank, which looked just like Jack and Daxter, which looked just like
It's funny, the one game.
Crash in a way.
I was about to say, dude, the one game in that era that didn't really look the same as the others probably was Crash, because Crash stayed with a
They
either
also the vertical,
front view or
yeah,
or side scroller.
yeah, but it was that front view, just like straight down the track that
Yeah,
that set them apart.
it
Yeah,
really did. You know what I mean? Because dude, they added so much depth in everything they did.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely did. So I mean, maybe they'll come out and say something at some point. But like, if I had to guess, look, they're a business, so like the business side of me wants to be like, either way, they're making money off this, so maybe that's why they did it. But like, a bigger part of my heart wants to be like, they're just showing that that they're not cutthroat douches like Microsoft
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling too. I
or
mean,
Nintendo.
it's a flex. I mean, it's a flex. Well, Nintendo has always been very isolated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they've always kept themselves on an island.
Isn't it so crazy how Nintendo literally went from being
I love how
like,
I said that when literally it's on an island in Japan.
yeah,
Didn't even
that's
think about
pretty
that.
fucking funny. But isn't it crazy how Nintendo is literally like, obviously we're doing consoles through history, so we know how much came before Nintendo
Yes.
that gave Nintendo the idea to do things they did. But regardless, if you don't know all that stuff, Nintendo is the household name. It is the pioneer. It is the OG. Now, how crazy is it that as soon as Microsoft and Sony established themselves, dude, it's like Nintendo became like the bastard stepchild of gaming. Like they just kind of, it's just like
Like I've
you
seen a
had
bunch
to
of
like you had to have an Xbox or a PlayStation. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like no,
Didn't
even when we
didn't
do
nobody talk
console
about the
wars,
Switch?
yeah, no, but like Nintendo's really never included in the console war. It's never like we're never doing like Xbox versus
Even
PlayStation versus the
though
Switch.
even though technically the Switch was the first next gen
Yeah,
console.
but it's so crazy to me that they're just constantly left out. Like, oh yeah, you guys just keep doing your cute little thing over here. Meanwhile, they're racking up loads of money, putting out bangers worth of games.
Yeah, it was funny.
Um,
I saw this article the other day. It was that the PS5 has in 1 year outsold the Wii U in its entire, run.
well, the Wii U is
The
also
Wii
one of
U
the
was
more
also a
atrocious, one of the
horrible
more
system.
atrocious things to come out of
Atrocious things.
Nintendo. Yeah.
Atrocious
So
things.
like like Nintendo had, dude, you want to talk about like when you're watching sports, like the most improved player of the year, dude, give that to Nintendo because what it helped them that like the Switch is so good. Like if every system they ever had was great, the Switch is fantastic. But it just so happens that the Switch is fantastic coming right off of such a shitty system. So like they're the most improved player right
Well, I
there.
mean that, and also like the Switch is the best thing that you can buy in standard def.
I feel like the Switch is what they had in mind when they came out with the Wii U. They just didn't execute it
Yes.
right, or they didn't
Yes.
have the technology yet,
I
or
agree.
or
I agree.
whatever. Like it's like they put it out well before they had what they needed to do it, and then they were finally like, "Oh, we can actually do it now, so let's do this properly."
Yeah, because I mean the Switch is essentially the beautiful amalgamation of the like Game Boy and the Wii. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? If you
The
put
Wii U,
them
yeah,
together, you know what I'm saying, having something that's mobile,
motion
but you can
controls.
yeah, but you can go ahead and actually still run it on a TV. Like, I mean, that's and like the mobility of it, like that's the reason why Nintendo knocked it out of the park with the Switch.
It's so crazy to me that I mean Sony hasn't since the Vita or the PSP. I forget which one was last.
Oh, the
And I don't believe
handhelds.
Microsoft ever did. Or they may have come out with one that was shitty, but like Nintendo's also so smart because they're recognizing a certain market. Like, dude, let's be real and let's just put this on the table. We're all adults here. When you have to go to the bathroom, if you're not peeing, if you know I gotta go flex
It's
one
gonna
out,
be a minute.
what's the first thing you grab before you go in there?
Normally it would be a
Yourself.
phone.
Give
Yeah.
me your cell phone.
Yeah.
So they're like, dude, this is a whole other area we can reach here. Like, you don't ever have to stop your game. They could take it wherever they want. You got to go make some food, bring the Switch.
Bring
You
it
got to
with
go
you.
take a shit, bring
Bring
the
it with
Switch.
you.
Bro, you had a hard day. Your body's aching. You need a little Epsom salt bath. Bring the Switch. Just don't drop it. you know.
Truth. Fucking truth.
So it's you'd think that Sony or Microsoft would do that, but like I'm wondering if in some small way they're like a little scared to get into that territory because of
I think they're so comfortable. They're so comfortable in their
I mean,
lane.
they certainly don't have to.
No, they don't. But they're so comfortable in their lane that I don't think it is going to be very long until they deviate from that lane, I believe.
It's more likely that I personally feel like it's more likely that Microsoft will dive into the world of VR before either of them go back into handhelds. Maybe PlayStation will, because they've already dabbled, because they've had the PSP, because they had the Vita. Maybe, okay, we'll get back in here and see what we can do.
But I mean, like, see, PlayStation will be playing a losing game with that, mainly because of the Steam Deck.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, with the Steam Deck coming out, I mean, that's essentially, look,
That's
man, it's
that.
yeah, dude, it's a computer. You know what I mean? It's a computer
Yeah.
that, and most of, if not all, because they've been doing this a lot more with the Sony games, I mean, with the exclusives that are now coming out on PC. So now you can go ahead and play those games on like a Steam Deck, I mean, our boy Adrian in the Unknown Games podcast, yo, he's been running Horizon Zero Dawn, you know what I mean, from Steam. Like, so I don't think PlayStation. I feel like that'd be money that would not be well spent if Sony decided to do something like that.
I mean, you make a solid point.
Now, the only one that makes sense to do it would be Microsoft, because if they're able to figure out a way to do something similar to the Steam Deck with the way that Game Pass is set up. You know what I'm saying? Like with the cloud gaming and everything else, it just makes a lot more sense for them to dive into that market, because they have such a deeper catalog. And with that deep catalog, I mean, dude, you can go back to just old fucking Xbox One games and just seeing basically, I mean, what it's going to look like on a little ass screen, which ain't going to be much bigger than what people dealt with to begin with, even when the games first came out.
I love episodes like this where we're just kind of like freely shooting the shit. I swear to God, conversations are so much better.
Look, man, it makes it easier for us because we don't spend like an insane amount of time like prepping, looking things up, making sure that our information is accurate. Basically, we're just saying, okay, this is our opinion piece. You know what I mean? This is our op-ed in the gaming world.
Well, you want to move on, or you got anything else you want to say? With the
I don't really want to say much else about this, just because I'm curious on if the feds are going to get involved in this merger. I mean, in this deal, to go ahead and see if just make sure everything's kosher. Because like I said, dude, for me the price seems off. I'm more curious on why the price is where it's at.
Too high or too low?
Too low. I think too low.
You think? I mean, I'm not saying that they're not huge, but what are they? Destiny's really all they have right now, right?
Well, Destiny, and well, also the pedigree of what the Halo games were is, I mean, that's still in their pocket.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where like, yeah, we could keep doing this, but I mean, fuck, let's be real. I mean, they went from Halo to Destiny. They're like that. They clearly have a wheelhouse.
Oh, dude, it's pretty much copy and paste. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I fully understand that. I'm just saying the price.
I'm just wondering if maybe that's why, because maybe they're such a niche company. It seems.
Maybe it's because they are only one company doing one thing, as opposed to Bethesda. You know what I mean? The ZeniMax deal. You know what I mean? Was like,
yeah, I mean,
that was a bunch of devs, and I mean, the $70 billion deal, that is a fuck ton of devs. You know what I mean, that they're bringing on. So
absolutely,
look, you could be right, I could be wrong, I could be backtracking right now by saying that. Can we talk about MLB The Show real quick?
Absolutely, of course.
So we have a cover.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Have you seen this cover?
I've seen the cover. I knew who was going to be on the cover probably a month into the season.
Yeah,
because of the season that he had.
Yeah, dude, he had a monster season. Do you want to try to say his first name?
I think it's Shohei, isn't it?
Is it Shohei?
Or Shohei? I know his last name is Ohtani.
Yeah, Ohtani.
Yeah, I know it's Ohtani. Either way, dude, this
motherfucker was. He is look. He is on the cover of MLB The Show 22. That's one thing. Number two, I also got confirmation about MLB The Show 22 is going to be coming out day one on Game Pass.
Oh, I came.
And look, I play the show 21, and I fucking love it. I'm in the minors with the Phillies. It's a blast, dude. I love it. So when Ohtani got this, they essentially said, "Yo, what do you want on the cover?" And he said, "Yo, I want this to be like what my culture is."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they made a manga fucking cover, and dude,
It's dope, dude.
this manga
It's so
inspired cover is gorgeous. You know what I mean? Yo, it looks like it's him walking, essentially walking out of the batter's box, and just having, you know what I mean, just the flames around the bat and the ball and his Angels jersey, and looks like, I mean, essentially like a varsity jacket kind of like being ripped off behind him, looking like a cape. Like, it looks so good.
incredible.
So
Yeah.
good. Like, yo,
And I'm so fucking happy for him too, because he shattered the mold. Like
yeah, he
he came
definitely
out
did.
he came out pitching fucking lights out, and like leading, I'm pretty sure at one point leading the league in homers, RBIs, all that shit. Like, this dude was killing everything. It saddened me that he didn't get to win the he just ran out of gas at the home run derby.
Yeah. So the game is going to be coming out April 5th. People who have the MVP edition or digital deluxe edition will be able to get the game April 1st. And it will be available on the PS5, PS4, Series S and X, and the Xbox One. And for the first time, Nintendo Switch. So now Nintendo gets to be like, hey, we have this too. Yo, look at us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Watch
yo,
them add in that you can like actually use your
like you're a
controller
me.
for like emotion control.
Oh my God, no.
How
No, no,
sick
no,
would
no,
that
no,
be?
no, no, no. No, no, no. That would be like people putting the fucking Wii controllers through their goddamn TVs all over again.
Well, they had no excuse because they had fucking wrist straps. You don't have wrist straps on these things.
Yeah, you do.
There's wrist straps on the Switch things?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, but they don't come with it though.
They do. You know what I mean? With the part that clips on and like kind of locks into place, there's a wrist strap on that.
Why don't I remember? Did I just throw mine out?
I don't know. You know what I mean, it would,
Like,
dude,
fuck it. I never
it was
threw my Wii
attached.
remote through the TV.
Dude, it was
so.
attached. You know what I'm saying? When I was, you know, when I put all my shit together.
I'm actually in the anyone that listens to this podcast, if they want to help a brother out, I am looking for like a not ridiculously pricey Nintendo Wii, because I don't remember where the hell mine went, and I have been dying to play Wii Sports again with my wife. Get some bowling, some tennis, some baseball going. So if anyone knows where you can find a Wii that's not someone being like, here, you can have mine for
Stupid
$750. Like,
my
I would
daughter
love one.
had so much fun with the Wii. Like the main reason she played the Wii was for Mario Kart. And I mean,
You had a
like,
Wii?
yeah, we had a Wii, and
Do you still
we
have a
also
Wii?
had still have it.
Damn, I'm trying to buy that, John. Off you.
Talk to my wife; it's hers.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you know.
All right. I'll have my wife call your wife.
It'll happen in a heartbeat. But yeah, man, that's all I have when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, this. Not to mention, okay, so let me go back into this because I completely forgot about mentioning this.
So this is the last. Well, no, okay, no, I got more to say.
Well, no, the artist that created the cover is also the creator of Afro Samurai.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I mean, so like, dude, they had people in this that was like, yo, like, we're really diving into the community to grab the right shit. Yeah, and I just love that. Yeah. So honestly, when it comes down to that, is basically all I got. I got nothing else when it comes down to news, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have something I can talk about.
Please do.
We talked about this before, and now we actually got some confirmation from the company themselves. You should know what I'm about to talk about, and that is that Rockstar Games has come out themselves and stated that
Officially.
they are. The biggest part is not that they are going to be working on GTA 6, that it has already been in development. They have been
working on it.
So the exact message from Rockstar came a couple days ago, I believe, and it said, with the unprecedented longevity of GTA 5, we know how many of you have been asking us about the new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. With every new project we embark on, our goal is to always significantly move beyond what we have previously delivered, and we are pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series is well underway. We look forward to sharing more as soon as we are ready. So please stay tuned to the Rockstar Newswire for official details. On behalf of our entire team, we thank you for all your support and cannot wait to step into the future with you. Rockstar Games. Now, there's a couple things there that stood out to me a little bit. Because companies say things, and sometimes they have hidden meanings, sometimes they don't. So first of all, obviously we just said this already. I'm happy to know that it's been well underway, that they're not just starting it, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it took a long time to get from 4 to 5.
Yeah, it did. It took a very long time. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Because
whatever they did obviously worked, because they're not kidding when they're talking about longevity.
That game is absurd when it comes down to how long.
Oh my God,
how long the game's been running, and then all they did was add icing to the cake with the online, with GTA
and
Online.
still gets so much play. Like,
yes, it does.
Killing it.
Yes, it does.
So I'm glad to know, and the fact that we talked about this in our chat that we have between you, me, and Anthony, is that they're constantly trying to one up themselves, and it's like, dude, anyone that's played GTA, it's like they went places in GTA 5 that's just like, dude, even for Rockstar, that was wild.
I
So
mean,
I'm like,
they
I
went
can't even
places
imagine
in GTA that other companies were like, we can do that.
I know. I think other companies are like, we could never do that. Rockstar's built a name for themselves doing that, so they've gotten lucky.
Rockstar
It's just
basically
like,
says, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want.
it's just like certain shows on TV. Like, there's certain things, just because of their tenure, their longevity, that South Park and Family Guy can do that no other shows can do.
Pretty much.
They're like, they did it? Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane wrote that. That's fine. You can't write that, though. But Rockstar, it's like, where are you gonna go after 5? Like I bang 2 hookers now, like at the same time.
Look, ain't gonna argue with it. You know what I mean? Yo, if it's an achievement, you know what I mean? To go ahead and 100%, let's go.
And maybe this is just me reading way too much into it, and I certainly might
Probably
be.
is.
The very end of that, where it says, we thank you for all your support and can't wait to step into the future with you. Like, that's a weird way to end that. So, like, I'm wondering, when they say step into the future, it makes me think that there may be something VR related,
which makes a lot of sense, because
or the game itself, maybe
the acquisition. Well, remember the acquisition of Activision with Microsoft. One of the things that had to do with Meta, and Meta obviously being Facebook, Facebook being Oculus being VR. So I'm not surprised to hear something like that, because you're talking about a game that's probably 3 or 4 years down the line from actually, you mean from us seeing anything from it to being able to play it.
Yes.
Like, dude, we're probably like 2 years out from a beta, if they decided to do a beta. So a lot can happen in that amount of time.
There's another thing that I wanted to talk about. I just want to make sure that I'm not tripping, because actually Anthony reminded me.
Well, while you look for that, you mind if I drop something else here?
Absolutely.
All right. So obviously it is February, and February is Black History Month. And this is something that is not going to go unnoticed in the gaming community. And the reason I say that is because Xbox has revealed their Black History Month celebration plans. Now, what they are going to be doing is they are putting an effort to build diversity within the gaming industry. So they're going to do an Xbox Studios game camp in New Orleans from March 9th to April 7th, with the goal of providing people from underrepresented communities with access to experts, tools, and industry connections to aid them through the game creation process. Another thing they're doing is partnering with historically Black college and universities, the HBCUs. And with that, they are also making sure they're putting new journeys into the gaming industry. And one of the big ones is actually somebody that we follow on our Twitter, and I believe follows us back. I'm not entirely sure. I probably should check that before I say this. But one of the organizations that Microsoft is really working with, and this month, is Black Girls Rock, which is a dude. Yo, they Twitch like everything and anything, dude. It could be like I hung out and watched some Twitch streams with them of them doing Animal Crossing. I watched them playing like Mario and Rabbids. Like, dude, I watched them play all sorts of shit. And those girls are awesome. And the best part about it is that it's all Black women.
Sick.
All Black female gamers. You know what I mean? Going ahead and doing, like, dude, it is fucking phenomenal. So and you can't go wrong with that. So, and I'm hoping, and I'm pausing this up so that way I can cut it if I have to, but I'm hoping that maybe next week or the week after, when we get all of us together, we can go ahead and actually do like a true Black History Month episode on this podcast because I don't think we've
Dude,
really dove into it.
Dude, it's a great idea. 2, we did it for
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ. We did it for the Asian community.
Yes,
we did it for absolutely.
because there are a lot of things that if it weren't for Black creators and Black developers, I mean, we wouldn't have certain things the way we have them now in the gaming community, in the developing community. So
Absolutely.
I
We'll
definitely want to make sure we hit that. You know what I'm saying,
sure.
this month. So but yeah, that's all I have. You said you had another story, right?
I did, yeah. So by the time you listen to this episode, this weekend, the Shenmue anime series will have finally released. I don't know how they're done. I'm assuming this I just started with one episode. I don't think they're releasing a whole season at once, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
I'm not 100% sure, but if you have played Shenmue, I'm sure you're already ready and raring to go. So this is probably nothing new to you. If you've never played a game called Shenmue, it's got a fantastic story. So if you like anime, I suggest you check it out. If you're someone like me who doesn't really watch a lot of anime, it still has a fucking great story. You'll probably thoroughly enjoy it. Lots of, martial arts and revenge. And
so to give you the plot of the story for the anime, and this is coming off their Wikipedia. After he witnesses his father's murder at the family dojo, Ryo dedicates his life to finding the man responsible, a mission that takes him on the streets of Yokosuka, Japan, to the sprawling metropolis of Hong Kong and beyond. Ryo will learn that larger and mystical forces are at play as he trains to become the ultimate martial artist in his quest for revenge.
We will call him Ryo.
Ryo?
Yep.
My apologies.
Ryo Hazuki.
My apologies. I do not mean to offend.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, with
no, bro. It is what it is. No, yeah. You're not trying to.
So it did. Yeah, it should drop February 6th, which is technically when this episode drops. I am expecting. I am either expecting something on the website, or I'm expecting like maybe even you doing your own quick little thing about the series, and then you can hand it to me, and I could dump it off into the crewverse.
Oh, I'm 100% watching. I'm gonna give I've played the games, so of course.
And that's what I'm saying. Yo, that's why I want that from you.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys, like I said, it's so good. I think you guys would enjoy it too. I think Anthony's gonna watch it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Anthony's gonna watch it.
But yeah, so that's what I had there. Did you cover? Because again, I was terrible and I didn't listen to the last episode. Did you cover the Rock?
Dwayne? No, because it was just me.
Johnson. Okay, so
I didn't do news, dude.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's why the episode was 15 minutes, because it was literally doing free and no.
We got some news that Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to be starring in a movie that apparently is actually, I think I have the picture on my phone of exactly what I sent to you guys, so I don't.
That is essentially in the video game realm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how he put it. Here it is. He said, Dwayne Johnson said that he is doing another video game movie and this is his quotes, "We're going to bring one of the biggest, most badass games to the screen, one that I've played for years." Now, I'm going to see if I can cheat and go to his IMDb.
So, speaking of, you said earlier, talking about my shirt with the "What's Your Spaghetti Policy," our boy Alex, who is one of the co-hosts on the show, he and I were having a conversation about this because he thinks, because of the way certain things are lining up, that The Rock is going to play Shao Kahn.
Ooh, he'd be perfect.
In the next Mortal Kombat movie, because the next Mortal Kombat movie is currently being written by the guy who has written the episodes for the Moon Knight series, which is going to be coming out soon on Disney Plus. So, like, the funny thing is that you have this one guy diving into two worlds that our boy Alex absolutely loves. So that part made me laugh all on its own. But because of all that information, all that news that we've been getting, they're making it seems like that might be where we will see Dwayne Johnson. Into which, if that's the case, that would be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, so I mean, we're speculating what it is. That's a really good guess. I don't even have a guess because there's so many games. I don't have a fucking clue.
Yeah, I was
Um,
trying to think. I mean, and I wanted to try to think of something that wasn't like a fighting game, to go ahead and kind of like have a different angle of looking at it.
yeah,
But I don't know.
yeah.
I just don't
I don't
know.
know either. But yeah, that's what we got. So why don't we discuss some of our own gaming adventures, huh?
All right, so I'm not going to do the reverb. We're just going to go ahead and go straight into what are we playing.
Dude, I'll let you start right out the bat because I know you got something brand new that you've had fun with. So
Yeah, so over the last
it's
few
fun.
days, for about the last 10 hours playtime, I think, give or take, I've been playing the new Pokemon Legends Arceus, or Arceus, however you want to actually say it. Dude, this game is great. It is great. So one of the biggest things that I was scared with buying this game was a lot of people were talking about the way the world looks, and it just looks very dreary and just like a lot of like browns and muted
Lifeless.
colors, a lot of like earth tones, lifeless. Yeah, and that is true. I will fully admit it does feel like there's almost nothing happening, but at the same time you're talking about being in a region hundreds of years before what we know in the current Pokemon games that we play.
Yeah.
Because this is the same area that that you essentially run into with Diamond and Pearl.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So um start off trying to figure out how I want to explain this.
Yeah, spoiler free.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm sitting
That's
a
why
little
you just
weird.
got to do the same thing that like Anthony did, where the first week you talk about it, you just give like what you enjoy, how you're feeling about it, and then give it a week or two, and then give your full
Okay.
bam bam
So,
wham
yeah,
bam
I'm going to
thank
go
you
ahead
ma'am.
and do that then. So, what I'm currently enjoying about the game is the RPG aspect of picking up crafts.
Yeah.
Like like you don't just get Pokeballs, you don't just buy Pokeballs and revives and super potions and regular potions. You make them. You straight craft them, and you have to craft them from things that you find out in the open world.
Mhm.
Every time you catch or defeat a Pokemon, you get something from it.
Okay.
You have these like diamond structures that on like the sides of mountains and shit, and you need to throw a Pokemon at it. And this is all stuff that it's already been seen. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying, with like trailers and stuff like that.
Yes.
So when you throw a Pokemon at it, they do a move onto it, and then you get whatever is in that rock. But another thing you deal with is something called alphas. Now, alpha Pokemon are bigger versions of like regular Pokemon that we would know. So say Snorlax, okay? An alpha Snorlax is about 3 times the size of a regular Snorlax,
Shit.
and it has the potential of having moves that a normal Snorlax would not be able to know, which says a
Sick.
lot because Snorlax can actually do a
Yeah.
fuck ton of things for being a normal Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, um, that's one thing. When you end up doing um the the legendary battles, I'll put it that way. Essentially, they're boss fights. So you have like a bomb that you essentially throw at the Pokemon to try to calm it down from being in a frenzied state. And then
It's
from there, you have the ability to, once you get it down to a certain amount, you have the ability to throw a Pokemon, have a battle, and then you have to go back into doing the same type of thing. But actually, having the boss fight be much, 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 much more different than anything we've ever like. Dude, it reminds me so much of the great beasts in Breath of the Wild, like those type of battles. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
When you're going against the Blight, like
Oh yeah.
dude, it reminds me of those types of battles. And like, cause I said before, I said like what, probably around like a year ago from right around now, that I wanted a Pokemon game that was open world. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, it gives me Breath of the Wild, but in the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
And that's what we have. Most of most of the Pokemon you can sneak up on and throw a ball and catch them. If you walk past them and they have like a red exclamation mark above their head, that means if you throw a ball, it's nothing's going to happen. You have to fight them. And every Pokemon acts differently. So Krogunk act differently than Bidoof, who act differently than Shinx,
Yeah.
and Onyx. Dude, all of them act differently depending on what their natural tendencies are. Because dude, we've always seen that with the Pokemon games, how they have a calm temperament, or they're agitated, they're angry. Like all that stuff means something in this game. So it makes it a much different game. And like I said, dude, the only thing that I have an issue with is just the way the world looks. Just the way that, because it looks like a downgrade on Breath of the Wild animation for for looking out like in the landscape.
Yeah. Okay.
And it bothers
That's
me.
fair.
That bothers me. But
other than that, you're thoroughly enjoying yourself.
Dude, I've caught probably 12, 14 different Bidoofs. Because the point of it, the main point of the game is to get all the information you can on Pokemon to create the first Pokedex.
Yeah.
So that means that you don't just catch one. You catch multiple of the same one. And then from there, you get all your information. And like Eevees, you can have all 7 evolutions in this game. Fire, electric, water.
Come on, give me the names, bro. Don't sell out.
Vaporeon, Flareon, Jolteon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Glaceon, and the fairy one.
Yeah, come on.
Elysion, I think.
Nope.
Oh, what is it? I evolved 2 of them into that today too.
Sylveon.
Yes, Sylveon. There you go. God damn it. But yeah, dude.
My Pokemon muscles for
no. It's all good. It's all good. Right now I want to do an Umbreon, and the way I do an Umbreon is I need to have that Eevee in a great friendship relationship with me, and then evolve it at night, and that's how I'll get an Umbreon. Yep. And then the classic ones you get from handing them the stones. You know what I'm saying? So Leaf Stone, Thunderstone, Firestone, Waterstone. But nah, dude, I cannot begin to explain how much fun this game actually is.
Is Jess playing at all?
No,
because I know she played the other one.
No, right now I'm just running off of the Switch Lite. I was debating.
Oh, okay.
I might try to re-sign onto the main Switch and see if I can just port that over since I already bought it. Because if that's the case,
because I know she had a lot of fun with Let's Go Eevee, right?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, but I'm saying because if that's the case, then I can just then she can play it no problem. And like I said, it's just it is so different. It is so different than what we are used to seeing.
I love it.
But other than that, I have been pretty heavy into Horizon Zero Dawn. From what I've been told, I'm about 80% done the game. Minus the DLC.
Good.
So I
actually never got around to the DLC either.
The Frozen Wilds.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, it's been a blast. I've been playing that more than I've been playing Infinite actually. But other than that, we have our chell. Our chelling night.
Yeah, we did good. It's a good night.
Yeah, I scored the first goal the whole night, and then you get knocked off.
Yeah, I got booted out in the first game. I think Anthony got booted out in the second game.
Thankfully, I never got booted. Yeah.
Thankfully,
that'd have been stupid for people to watch.
Yeah, we had a solid night with some nasty goals.
Yes,
we had some nasty goals.
Yes,
but climbing the ranks and doing good. Doing good ever since that night that we had where everything went to shit. We were
I don't want. No. We don't talk about that.
And this is one that I'm actually excited about. In continuation with what I've been doing with Battlefield, going from because all the ones that are on Game Pass.
Yes,
I got to. I'm now on Battlefield Hardline, which I'd never played before, and I am loving this because it's the first time where they take you out of that traditional, military war scenario, whichever one they drum up for whatever game, and they stick you in the streets where you're a cop. This is, dude, it is so much fun,
okay.
and it's some of the things you can do is giving me Far Cry vibes because
That's
you
what I was
play a
about to
cop.
say with just from you saying that.
I forget his name because I literally just started. I'm only into they're broken up into chapters or episodes. So I just finished episode 1. I started episode 2, and it's crazy. You're basically tracking down this fucking, well, the story may morph from what I know now, but I think I'm tracking this drug dealer. And you go into crime scenes, and you have to like analyze, find evidence that's in there, analyze it to connect all the story together. And like, you've played battle games before, you know what they're like. It's just like Call of Duty games. You shoot shit. This is so different. And like I said, this is where you get some of the Far Cry vibes, because as you're crouching and walking around, you can like throw a shell, like an empty shell, to try to distract the guy to get him to go somewhere else.
Okay.
And you don't have to kill people, you can arrest them. So you actually have to flash your badge and like keep the gun on them so they don't do anything while you move in to actually take them down and arrest them.
Oh, that's nuts, dude.
And your partner that's with you, if shit gets hairy, will assist you. So like, if you fuck up a bust or something like that, she's there to back you up.
Back you up and tell you you're fucking dumb. What are you doing?
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of fun, dude. I already had a car, like a car chase, where I had to like chase this dude in the car. Dude, it was so much fun. But the story is super fucking cool from what I know so far. But just like I said, taking Battlefield somewhere else is so cool. I mean, I'm sure the rest of them, because there are a couple that came out after that I'm going to get to, that I think are more along the lines of what Battlefield normally does. But yeah, like being dropped in this like underground drug trafficking scenario is so much fun. And like having the option of arresting people or shooting people. The only thing that I thought is weird is like the first episode, I'm like, okay, maybe y'all didn't think this one through, but like clearly my dude is just running around with like 50 pairs of handcuffs, because I cuffed.
Are
like
they handcuffs
19
or are they zip ties?
It sounds like handcuffs.
Okay.
I don't believe, maybe I just wasn't paying attention, I don't believe you ever actually, no, I could pan down and look, but I think they're handcuffs. They sound like handcuffs, and I'm just like, my dude is,
I'm going to need
like,
confirmation on this later.
I cuffed like 20 people in the first building. I'm like, where am I getting these handcuffs from?
Someone must drop them in your pocket every time.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, it's fucking, it's wild. But like I said, I like the distraction shit. That's what gives me like the Far Cry vibes and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it for me. So now you can do your spiel.
So now I get to tell everybody where they can connect with CGC. You have our website, which is consolegamingcrew.com, or you can hit us up on email, which is consolegamingcrew@gmail.com. Our Twitter is @consolecrew. That is the place where you can get to us the quickest, and we will answer the quickest. I guarantee it, because it is me doing it. YouTube and Instagram are both Console Gaming Crew, and Facebook can eat a bag of dicks. Like you will hear in the beginning part of this episode, we are part of the Boss Rush Network. Please go to bossrushgames.com to go ahead and find everything and anything when it comes down to console gaming, PC gaming, cosplay, anything within the gaming nerd genre. You will find it with us. bossrushgames.com. They're redoing their website, and it is going to be a banger. You can also go ahead and find us on Twitch. We are CGC Podcast. I have co-op nights on Monday, to where I'm currently running A Way Out with my boy Hav, or we'll be running some other game. I mean, if we get Mike in as well. Yeah. And then Fridays, we have the Fun Friday stream, which right now is chill. It could switch up to, you and Anthony playing two. It takes two.
It takes two.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and just kind of see where things flow from there.
Yes, sir.
Until next time, I want to ask y'all to please stay safe, wash your hands, mask up if you need to. Just all in all, just be good out there, y'all. And as always,
game on.
Game on, y'all.